Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a great day for transformation. And welcome to another morning manifestation session. I'm so glad to have you with me this morning, joining us on this journey of exploration, this journey of transformation. I am Samion, leader and founder of O.N.E Transformation Center, where we celebrate humanity through transformation while inspiring, motivating, and healing lives and relationships across the globe. Again, it is an absolute pleasure to have you join me this morning and to be able to join you in your space, wherever you are listening from. Please take a moment before we begin to like, share, wherever you are. Just like it and share it, the stream from wherever you are, to give the opportunity for more people to join us on this journey. The more, the merrier. The more, the merrier. Tap in. Let us know. The chat is open. Let us know where you are tuning in from. And if you have a special prayer request, let us know that as well so we can stand and agree with you. We can stand and agree with you. And know that whatever your heart desires also desires you. Again, I'll say whatever your heart desires also desires you. And if you haven't taken a moment, if you haven't done so yet, please go over to social media spaces on O.N.E and query O.N.E Transformation Center and add us. Follow us. Allow us to engage with you throughout the day, every day. We want to assist you and support you on your transformation. We desire to be your source of inspiration, motivation, and healing. It's our calling. It's our soul contract to stand in this space with you. For those that are new, each morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and here on the weekends at 8 a.m., we are here consistently, showing up, being present with and for you. And as we like to say here at O.N.E Transformation Center, we are here for God. We are here for God. We show up for God. Why? Because the spirit and energy that we know is God, Allah, and all the other wonderful names that we've given it consistently shows up for us. We're going to begin as usual with the oath of manifestation, because the oath of manifestation is that very thing that opens up opportunities to us that are available to us. However, we're not aware of them. It gives us a greater sense of awareness. It's just that invitation to flood into, to bring to our sense of knowingness so that we can utilize these things. Then we're going to move on to our affirmative reading, prayer, and meditation in that space. We should be finished around 30 to 40 minutes. So I appreciate you investing this time into your transformation. You won't regret it. You're guaranteed to see a significant return on your investment. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it and begin with the oath of manifestation that's on your screen. Proclaim this with the fullness of your being, because this is the opportunity for you to speak life into yourself. So frequently we're speaking death. We're telling ourselves what we can't do. We're placing limitations on ourselves. We're depriving ourselves in so many different ways throughout the days, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. So we're going to be very intentional in this moment, conscious in this moment, and begin to speak life. Begin to speak life. Okay, let's take this moment. We ready? Let's take a deep breath as we prepare. One more deep breath. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And proclaim with me, I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and in the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have and grateful for all that I am ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. God is all there is. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Give yourself some love right now. Give yourself some praise right now for allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to accept and embrace this oath as your truth, as your fact. It is your life. It is your life. Let nothing convince you otherwise. For you are absolutely worthy. You are worthy. And that's the oath of manifestation for today. Please do not hesitate to share this with someone else and confirm it and stand and agree in the space of partnership. And you can continue to have this space throughout the day. It just does not have to be in this singular moment. Affirm it, confirm it throughout the day. All right. Next, it's time. Now it's time for the affirmational reading, the affirmative reading and prayer. The affirmative reading and prayer today, it comes from lesson 71 of A Course of Miracles, and it says, only God's plan for salvation will work. Only God's plan for salvation will work. Let's bring it in now. As a reminder, these have lessons that you can, there are lessons attached to this that you can enjoy. And we want you to practice because this is a mindset. We're changing our minds. And I want to give you the opportunity to begin to unravel and remove, eradicate those things that no longer support you, those ideas, those philosophies, those attitudes that no longer support you. So today's lesson states only God's plan for salvation will work. Only God's plan for salvation will work. Let's get into the reading. Only God's plan for salvation will work. You may not realize that the ego has set up a plan for salvation in opposition to God's. It is this plan in which you believe. Since it is the opposite of God's, you also believe that to accept God's plan in place of the ego's is to be damned. This sounds preposterous, of course. Yet after we have considered just what the ego's plan is, perhaps you will realize that, however preposterous it may be, you do believe in it. The ego's plan for salvation centers around holding grievances. It maintains that if someone else spoke or acted differently, if some external circumstance or event were changed, you would be saved. Thus, the source of salvation is constantly perceived as outside yourself. Each grievance you hold is a declaration and an assertion in which you believe that says, if this were different, I would be saved. The change of mind necessary for salvation is thus demanded of everyone and everything except yourself. The role assigned to your own mind in this plan, then, is simply to determine what, other than itself, must change if you are to be saved. According to this insane plan, any perceived source of salvation is acceptable, provided that it will not work. This ensures that the fruitless search will continue, for the illusion persists that, although this hope has always failed, there is still grounds for hope in other places and in other things. Another person will yet serve better. Another situation will yet offer success. I want to reread that again. According to this insane plan, any perceived source of salvation is acceptable, provided that it will not work. This ensures that the fruitless search will continue, for the illusion persists that, although this hope has always failed, there is still grounds for hope in other places and in other settings, other things. Another person will yet serve better. Another situation will yet offer success. Such is the ego's plan for your salvation. Surely you can see how it is strict, surely you can see how it is in strict accord with the ego's basic doctrine. Seek, but do not find. For what could more surely guarantee that you will not find salvation than to channelize all your efforts in searching for it where it is not? God's plan for salvation works simply because by his direction, you seek for salvation where it is. But if you are to succeed, as God promises you will, you must be willing to seek there only. Otherwise, your purpose is divided, and you will attempt to follow two plans for salvation that are diametrically opposed in all ways. The result can bring confusion, misery, and a deep sense of failure and despair. How can you change all of this? How can you escape all of this? Very simply, the idea for the answer today is the answer. Only God's plan for salvation will work. There can be no real conflict about this because there is no possibility, there's no possible alternative to God's plan that will save you. His is the only plan that is certain in its outcome. His is the only plan that is certain in its outcome. His is the only plan that must succeed. Let us practice recognizing this certainty today. And let us rejoice that there is an answer in what seems to be a conflict with no resolution possible. All things are possible to God. Salvation must be yours because of his plan, which cannot fail. Begin the 2 longer practice periods for today by thinking about today's idea and realizing that it contains 2 parts, each making equal contribution to the whole. God's plan for your salvation will work and other plans will not. Do not allow yourself to become depressed or angry at the second part. It is inherent. It is inherent in the first. And in the first, in the first is your full release from all your own insane attempts and mad proposals to free yourself. They have led to depression and anger, but God's plan will succeed. It will lead to release and joy. Remember this. Let us devote the remainder of the extended practice periods to asking God to reveal his plan to us. Ask very specifically. Ask very specifically. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say and to whom? Again, remember this, and let us devote the remainder of these extended practice periods to God, to asking God to reveal his plan to us, and ask very specifically, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say and to whom? Give him full charge of the rest of the practice period and let him tell you what needs to be done by you in his plan for salvation. He will answer in proportion to your willingness to hear his voice. Side note, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, to hear twice as much as we speak. Back to the reading. Refuse not to hear. The very fact that you are doing the exercises provides that you have some willingness to listen. This is enough to establish your claim to God's answer. In the shorter practice periods, tell yourself often that God's plan for salvation and only his will work. Again, tell yourself often that God's plan for salvation and only his will work. Be alert to all temptation and hold grievances. Be alert to all temptation to hold grievances today and respond to them with this form of today's idea. Holding grievances is the opposite of God's plan for salvation, and only his plan will work. Holding grievances is the opposite of God's plan for salvation, and only his plan will work. Try to remember today's idea some 6 or 7 times an hour. There could be no better way to spend half a minute or less than to remember the source of your salvation and to see it where it is. Let's take some moments now and begin to come to a quiet space and realize God's plan. And to really tap in and ask these specific questions, these that are on your screen at this very moment. What would you have me do? We're going to ask these questions. So let's take a deep breath. Exhale it. For those who are able to close your eyes, if not, soften your gaze at this moment and take your attention internally. What would you have me do, Creator? And listen. Ask, what would you have me be? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say, and to whom? One more time. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say, and to whom? Now listen for the response. If you're getting lost in your thoughts, it's okay. Just simply refocus on your breathing. And if you like, re-ask the questions. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom? And when when you have received your answers, begin to open your eyes again and take note. Feel free to ask these questions anytime you find yourself in a quandary. This way, you no longer have to try to figure it out yourself. You can truly tap into that omnipresent, that all-knowing space, that wisdom that surpasses all understanding, that insight that is beyond your circumstances and situations. And get the insight, the direction that you need in order for you to go forward, knowing that you win. Knowing that every step that you take, every choice and decision that you make, it's working in your best and highest good. Why? Because God is in this too. Why? Because you're not. That is the affirmative reading of today. Father, Mother God, we give thanks for this reading. We give thanks for the information that we received today. We give thanks for the ability to apply a higher learning, a higher understanding, and a reconnection with your internal guidance. We give thanks that we are shifting from the space of ego and are connecting and aligning with your insight and your guidance. For it is obvious that you never fail, you never lose. That is never incomplete with you. So we decide in this very moment, going forward, we choose to be on your team instead of the team of misunderstandings, of frustrations, of disappointments, of incompletion. We give thanks for these moments. We give thanks for your love, your continuous patience with us as we relinquish the need to be in control and lean not into our own understanding, but trust you in all of our ways, in all of our thoughts, in all of our actions, in all of our behaviors. For we know that you are here for us, and in so we are here for you. We give thanks in all that you are, and in all that we are in you, with you, for you, as you. And so it is. Amen. And Ashe. Ashe-o. Fantastic. Thank you for your time today. And remember, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we'll come back to continue the 13-week series of the magnanimous manifestation. Today is Notate. N for Notate. Come back and join us. Bring someone with you. Bring your notepads so that you can get the keys, the guidance, the understanding behind the foundational aspects behind to properly manifest, not from a temporary space, but from a long-term, consistent space. Become a master manifester. I look forward to having you with us. And again, don't forget to take a moment and go forth and go over and like, share, and subscribe. Wherever you're tuning in from, like, share, and subscribe. Especially on the social media spaces, Twitter, at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at One Transformation Center. You can also follow me on Samuel Crumby Jr. on all social media spaces. We thank you for taking the time to invest in your transformation. And we hope that you continue to join us as we support you through inspiration, motivation, and healing. Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. And don't forget on Wednesdays, we have the transformative conversation at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Times live. And then on Sundays at 11 a.m., we had Transform My Life when we're doing the 13-week Magnanimous Manifestation Series. Week 3. We're on week 3. Week 3. Come and join us. We appreciate having you. And thank you again for investing your time in transformation and sharing this space with us. We'll see you again soon. Be great. Oh, don't forget, be the change you desire to see.